Matt. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Back up in Canada.
Yes, I am. They can't chase me out of here. They're stuck with me.
What are you doing in Canada? Is this like a promotional tour? Are you playing shows?
I'm doing a promotional tour and having a ball.
Awesome. For the new record, I assume, Heart and Soul?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which was also recorded very close to here, just down the street in Calgary.
Yeah. I've been to Calgary a few times. I've had a ball. I've been to Edmonton, too.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've traveled the world at this point in your career.
Yeah, I've been there. So, like I'm a home-based person up here now.
Exactly. An honorary Canadian.
There you are, honorary Canadian. You were right.
So let's start there, actually. Why did you record this record in Calgary?
You know what? Linda Nash came to the Blue Note that I was working in about a year or so ago, and saw me on stage doing some jazz-type songs, and was surprised that I could still sing even. She said, "Wow, look at that old guy." And then she came backstage, and she said to me, I didn't know you could sing those kind of songs, and and I haven't seen you in a long time, and she kind of surprised me by being there. And afterwards, she said, "My husband has a studio up in Calgary, and you would love the studio. Would you like to do a little jazz project with us?" And I thought she was joking, but shortly enough, after I finished the week at the Blue Note, they were calling me, her and her husband, and arranging for me to come to Calgary. I'd never been to Calgary. I said, "Where is that at?" I said, "That's at the end of the world or near." She said, "No, it's up. It's a ways." So I made a trip to Calgary. It was great. Beautiful people, beautiful town, beautiful, lovely studio.
Yeah. How long did it take you to record the record?
How long did it take us to record the records, getting me in there with the musicians and doing what we were doing? I would say somewhere in the neighborhood about 6 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Back and forth, or were you in Calgary the whole time?
Back and forth.
Right.
Because I had to go home because my wife thought I was trying to run away.
Yeah.
Fair enough. "No, I'm not moving to Canada." She said, "Yes, you are. You see how many times your passport's been stamped. You were trying to get out of here." But I convinced her, "No, I'm not trying to move to Calgary. I love it, though." And we got up there, and I think the thing that took us a long time, we were selecting a lot of songs to do, and we really have at least a half a CD worth of songs left in the can.
Oh, okay.
That's how many songs we had selected.
So maybe another disc of these old standards coming out.
Yeah. I can safely say there will be.
Cool. You're not. I'm surprised. I mean, we know you obviously as a fantastic songwriter as well over the years, and I don't see your name on here anywhere.
You know why? Because we decided that when we decided to go with the standards, I didn't try to compete with the guys that have written those Britney songs.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were before me, and those are songs that I grew up listening to with my mother, playing songs around in the kitchen and stuff like that. Go back to Billy Eckstine and Nat King Cole and Arthur Price and Roy Hamilton. I can name these guys forever.
Oh, for sure.
But going back to those days and those people, and falling in love with the songs before I became a drifter or anything else was like my first introduction to great music.
Would it be safe to say that some of these tunes, and maybe there's one in particular, was what was kind of influenced you to become a musician?
I would say the things in there like The Touch of Your Lips and things like that I'd heard many times before, and some of the songs that was not even put on the CD was great standards that I had heard over the years. Yeah, easy to say that.
Well, The Touch of Your Lips, Jerry Lieber song.
Yeah,
you know him quite well.
Oh, yes, I do, yeah.
Sure. I mean, I hear stories, obviously, from the 60s and the 50s, back in the day of Lever Stoller and Holland and all the Motown guys as well.
Right.
Tell me about being in that scene. That just must have been something. I mean, that's when music was music. You know, you can send songs over the internet. Guys don't need to be in the same room anymore to play together.
That's true, right.
But tell me about being in the rooms back then.
You know what? That was why I think most of the entertainers from that era, and before even, became successful. What it would have been way back before I got into business with people like Count Basie with Joe Williams, you know what I mean, and Duke Ellington and his band. Because you made music all together in one room. You know, not only did Jerry Lieber and Mike Stoller write for me when it was time for me to record, I'm actually standing in the studio. All the musicians there, all the background singers there. I'm in my booth, the singers are in their booth, and we're wailing away.
Yeah.
And you don't have that anymore. And I think the magic of why the music from those times are still here with us is that the feeling that was done was legit. We didn't have to pace and make sure this line was better than the line or the 24 lines that he sung. So it was a different world. I think now, really, Matt, I think the younger guys are trying to go back to that.
I hope so. I hope so. It sounds like they're overthinking things now, and you guys maybe didn't.
They're losing their natural ability. What they're really doing is trading off their real talent just to be perfect, and there's no such animal to me. Just when you go for it and see what the public say. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the safest thing to enjoy yourself and let the public know the real you.
Yeah, I totally agree. You mentioned the songs still hold up today. Obviously, "Stand By Me" is one of those songs that I don't think there's a person alive. I mean, maybe in a third world country here or there that but I mean, I think most people, even small children, are still singing that song.
Yeah.
Do you remember writing it or how it all came about?
Yeah. What really started? I told the story before.
I'm sure you have.
The song it came. I picked the words from a song that was recorded by Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers when he was with the gospel group. And I think the title of that was "Lord, Stand By Me." I clipped out the "Stand By Me" part. And newly married, I had a little apartment, 1 bedroom, with one little kitchenette kind of thing going. And my first daughter, of course, was born. Her name was Denise Nelson at the time. And I was just writing a song that was partially a love song and a meaningful song toward my family, and I ended up with "Stand By Me."
And then what do Lieber and Stoller do to it? Like, how does that collaboration go together?
Was the arranger.
Okay.
And in other words, one part could not go without the other. And I would say they were the ones to introduce the feel of the song to the public, and I brought the words behind the feel of the song.
Right. Okay. Everyone has covered that song. It's like yesterday, right? There's a million of them. And I mentioned that I was talking to you on the internet the other day, and a friend sent me a message saying I have a Muhammad Ali version of it.
Yes.
Once Muhammad Ali, like, it's the only song he's ever done, as far as I know. He chose you.
You know what? To stay on that subject, I know him somewhat. I knew him even when he was Cassius Clay.
Right.
And I was invited to do something with him. Somewhere like 10 or 15 years ago, and I met up with him, and all of a sudden he sees me and said, "You stole my song," and I didn't have the nerve to say, "You're lying," because he knocked me out.
Of course. Of course.
So I said, "Okay, if you think that," and he starts singing, and someone had recorded us doing that. Together in some little outside picnic area where we were having lunch, and him and I were singing, and somebody taped it. I've been trying to get footage on. Yeah, but he did record it. He's very proud of it, and I wouldn't tell him not to be.
No, of course not. for fear of your life, I'm sure.
Yes.
I also, on the same topic of that song, I'm sure you've talked about it a gazillion times over the course of your career. But I found something very interesting. You said it should have been John Lennon's.
He did a brilliant reading of that song. He did it as if he had written it himself. He did it as John Lennon would do John Lennon. Mm-hmm. And I have a lot of respect for him because he's one of my favorite writers. Bill Withers, and I can go on and on.
Oh, yeah, of course.
For days with people who I love as writers. And when I heard his noise, I said, he's something else. He didn't. No trickery, and that goes back to what I was just saying a second ago about somebody who just sings from his heart and throw it out to the people and see what they think about it.
For sure. Tell me about working with Phil Spector. I mean, we all know him now as well, I hate to say it, but crazy.
He's a different Phil Spector now.
Yeah, but I mean, he back then he was a genius.
He was genius. He was very shy, very very talented, and had an extreme input on even on the things that I did with my early solo career with Spanish Harlem and things like that. Mm-hmm. I don't think the magic of Spanish Harlem would have happened without him being in that studio.
Right. Yeah. We do something on the show called 5 Questions. 5 quick questions, 1-word answers.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
On the road or in the studio?
Wow. Wow. In the studio.
Lennon or McCartney?
Lennon.
Most important thing in a song, lyrics, melody, or cadence?
Lyrics.
Song you've written you're most proud of?
Stand By Me.
And one word, Benny King.
Loving Life.